I am in shock. I am in shock. The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces. The first win for the Indiana Fever against the Las Vegas Aces since I was 22 years old. Aces MVP to refs, Fever's MVP, and Alyssa Smith. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Um,
In front of the entire basketball world, the Las Vegas Aces, the team that was meant to be the unstoppable dynasty, were humiliated. Yes, a 27-point blowout. Even though Aja Wilson receives special treatment from the referees, it is still insufficient.
Check.
While everyone says Chelsea Gray is superior to Caitlin Clark, she offers nothing at all. Big check. A team in Indianapolis was going to demonstrate to Aya Wilson what true basketball looks like when she was out there snatching players from over their heads and getting away with it.
This was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won they actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the number one team in the league first. And then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developing a rhythm.
The Indiana Fever's 81-54 defeat to the Las Vegas Aces was more than just a defeat. It was a declaration. And that was a very clear statement. When a team arrives to play real basketball, no number of favorable calls, no amount of Aya Wilson heroics, and no amount of heritage bias will save you.
Aja Wilson. My God, you see how many free throws that lady had? Oh my God, on the stat sheet she had basically 30 points, but all the free throws this woman got, man, they tried their best to keep the Aces in the game, man, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, man. They destroyed the Aces. About freaking time the Fever finally beat the Aces, man, and without Caitlin Clark.
Let's talk about what happened in that third quarter, because this is where it gets spicy. Lexi Hull, a player who's been putting in work all season long, boxes out Aya Wilson perfectly. Clean positioning, perfect fundamentals. She secures the rebound exactly like you're taught in Basketball 101. But here comes Aya Wilson from behind, grabbing hold from over her head in what should have been a textbook over-the-back foul.
I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point. Well, Caitlin said she got me though, so.
One more though.
She just got a bonus.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was $49 or $43,000 per player, because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was Aja Wilson's whistle or what, but
any basketball fan who has spent more than 5 minutes watching the game understands what that call ought to have been. Indiana ball over the back. The narrative is over. What, though, did the referees do? It was referred to as a jump ball. A ball that jumps. For example, when one player was obviously fouled from behind while grabbing a clean rebound, Wilson and Hull were nonetheless in equal position.
In a decent amount of times, Aja Wilson, she got a favorable whistle in the second half, but it is what it is. Superstars get the whistle. Unless your name is, 29 points for Aja Wilson, 3 boards, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 9 for 18 from the field goal, from the field, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Look at the rest of her team. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points. Dana Evans, 1 for 10, Dana Evans. Oh my goodness.
Even the broadcasters were taken aback. As they attempted to comprehend what they had just seen, you could sense the bewilderment in their voices. It couldn't be a 50-50th call since the contact was too clear. Nevertheless, the Zebras managed to transform a blatant foul into a neutral circumstance that was advantageous to the offending player.
Third. Like I said, the referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in. And Lexi stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here. Roll it.
Lost that lead late.
And you see her just losing it up here. Losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved it.
Please subscribe if you're having fun. This is the lovely part of the narrative, though. Bad officiating did not deter the Indiana Fever. After absorbing the dubious call, they proceeded to destroy the Aces in a manner that rendered any dubious whistles meaningless. Let's dissect this destructive masterpiece quarter by quarter, because the Aces' reaction to the Fever was nothing short of basketball poetry. Indiana had a strong start to the first quarter. After scoring the opening 6 points of the game, they didn't look back. When all was said and done, they had gained 21-14. Furthermore, it was obviously obvious that this would not be the A's night. The Fevers held Las Vegas to 28.6% while shooting 52.9% from the field. They showed early on that they were going to target the Aces where it stung most by dominating the paint 16-4.
Really put it on. Right here, you can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana Fever.
The Fever trampled on their necks during the second quarter. They shot an incredible 81.8% from the field during the quarter, outscoring the Aces 25-10, while Las Vegas only managed 23.5%. The Aces could only manage 3 of 13 from inside the paint, while they were a perfect 6 for 6 from outside. The score was 4,624 at the half, effectively ending the game. A Las Vegas team that was already struggling might have been further demoralized by the possession, which could have resulted in another Fever bucket. The authorities gave Las Vegas a lifeline by calling a jump ball. The Aces had an opportunity to swing the momentum and win the tip. Just when the reigning champions needed a break, it appeared for a brief moment that the officiating was going to tip the scales in their favor.
Defense is playing phenomenal. Oh my God, it's night and day. I think that Commissioner's Cup gave them swag. Now they're swagging it out. I've never seen Natasha Howard so aggressive in my life. This girl is beasting now all suddenly. She is beast moding right now. And Timpson, the rookie, getting block shots, getting steals. Aaliyah Boston is just murking, destroying Aja Wilson. I got a Wilson. I got a nickname for Aja Wilson, guys. You know what it is? Whistle Wilson. Because this lady's always getting whistles. She's the person with the special whistle, guys. Every freaking time. And then she goes to the free throw line. Freaking free throw merchant. I think she's related to SGA. But anyway, she's not playing that great.
Fantastic for Fever. This was a timeless here we go again moment. All of the coaches and players in the building were aware of what they had just seen. Despite doing everything correctly, Lexi Hall was not rewarded. A young club can be shaken by a missed call like that, particularly when playing a major opponent like the Aces. It was an opportunity for the Aces to breathe. The referees give you a 50-50 ball that you didn't deserve when you're down large and have trouble finding offense. By the end of the quarter, the lead had grown to 6,847. Total dominance in the fourth quarter. Throughout the quarter, the Aces only scored 7 points. 7 points. That isn't basketball. That is a total collapse. Even the final score of 8,154 doesn't fully convey how completely the Fever destroyed a squad that was expected to be a title contender.
The Aces tried to put a little run together to start the third quarter, and Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull shut that shit down. They shut it down by hitting some big shots. All right. That steal led to the only 2 points that Sophie Cunningham had. But it was big. So right here, let's just start. Let's start Aaliyah Boston right here. That's Sydney Colson to Boston. She's going to drive into the lane. And I've got to tell you, she She gave Asia Wilson all she could handle.
However, the figures reveal an intriguing tale, so let's discuss Asia Wilson's performance in context. On 9 of 18 shots and 11 of 13 free throws, she finished with 29 points. Those appeared to be reliable figures on paper. Just for less than the whole Indiana Fever team, she reached the line 13 times. Throughout the entire game, including that dubious jump ball call, she received a favorable whistle. Here is the terrible truth, though. Despite scoring 29 points, Asia Wilson's team lost by a margin of 27. Take a moment to consider that. The rest of her squad was non-existent. So even though the supposedly top player in the league had what most would consider a fantastic statistical night, it was utterly useless.
I got to say some words I never thought I'd say. Free Asia Wilson. Free her now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. I never thought I'd say this. If I'm Asia, I'm in that locker room, I'm stripping everybody of their A1s. I'm sure I didn't give y'all these free shoes, y'all gonna come out here and y'all can't even give me more than 5 points. None of y'all, where y'all at? Y'all can't help me out. I'm reigning MVP. I'm bringing y'all these champions. I took a pay cut for some of y'all to be here, and you can't give me no points. Really, I'm over here. I have 25 points in the third quarter, and you can't give me nothing.
The remaining Las Vegas Aces shot 7 of 43 from the field following Wilson's 9 of 18 shooting. That represents 16.3% of all shooters who aren't Asia Wilson. No other member of the Aces scored more than 6 points. Let that sink in. The MVP contender was virtually playing one-on-one basketball on a team that should have championship depth. Let's discuss Chelsea Gray, one of the players who is meant to offer assistance. Some individuals think this player is superior to Caitlin Clark. Gray ended with 5 turnovers, 2 assists, and 2 points on 1 of 3 shots. There are 2 points. This season captain is expected to manage the attack and improve her teammates. Rather, she appeared to be playing in quicksand as the Aces' attempts were smothered by the Fever's defense.
With more turnovers than points and assists combined. More turnovers than points and assists combined. We got point guard, aka point fraud. And remember, this is probably who the WNBA player said was also better than Caitlin Clark. They said I'm pretty confident they said she was better than Caitlin.
Contrast that with what Caitlin Clark was doing on the sidelines. Even though she was hurt, Clark was encouraging her teammates, giving them energy, and acting as a loud leader as Chelsea Gray struggled to score 2 points. She was frequently seen on video becoming excited on the bench, applauding each significant play, and motivating her squad. That's true leadership, the kind that affects victory even when you can't make a statistical contribution. Without their premier player, the Fever's effort was a masterclass in team basketball. Leading the pace with 25 points and 6 assists was Kelsey Mitchell. Aliyah Boston contributed 7 rebounds and 20 points. The Commissioner Cup MVP, Natasha Howard, finished with 11 points and 10 rebounds. This was championship-caliber play, selfless basketball, and balanced scoring.
Guys, when did Indiana Fever turn into the best defensive team in the NBA? When? I mean, after that celebration from the Commissioner's Cup, we all thought they were going to come out here a little bit hangover. I mean, their defensive prowess has gone up 100%. In the first half, we have Aces down 22 points. We have only beaten Las Vegas Aces 1 time in 9 years. For those who do not know that statistic, we've only beaten them once in 9 years. Their defense is impenetrable. We have 28 points in the paint for the second quarter. We are shooting 90% from the field in the second quarter. This is insane.
The defense, however, was the true story. The Aces had their lowest offensive output of the season when the Fever kept them to 26% shooting. They made 17 turnovers. With a 28-10 lead in the first half alone, they dominated the paint. Every possession was difficult for Las Vegas because of their oppressive team defense. A team was being carried by more than one player. The 5 players were playing with the kind of connection that the Aces have been yearning for all season, covering for one another, making the extra pass, and working in perfect sync. The results were fully supported by the eye test. Wilson scored 29 points in what were basically empty galleries while the Fever methodically destroyed everything the Aces attempted to achieve. They were executing their game plan with a kind of discipline that championship teams exhibit, switching on defense with ease and moving the ball with accuracy on offense.
Team win, folks. Team win. And you notice the team win, like I said, 24 assists on 31 shots. 24 assists on 31 shots. The Indiana Fever hold the Las Vegas Aces to 26% from the field. 26%. This was a Fever defense smothering. The Aces weren't just missing shots. The Fever defense was all over the place. Defensively, we were all over the place. Neither team could hit a three, except for Kelsey Mitchell. Money Mitch can hit the three.
On the sidelines, Caitlin Clark was having the time of her life during it all. Even though she was unable to play, you could see her leadership presence, contagious enthusiasm, and sincere delight for her teammates. In contrast, the Aces' despondent body language suggested that they were unable to understand how they had gotten into such a dire situation. Something that has been developing throughout the season was revealed in this game. The Las Vegas Aces are no longer the same squad. When times are hard, they can no longer play winning basketball because they have lost their identity and cohesion. They didn't only win when they eventually succeeded. They were so dominant from beginning to end that it was impossible to determine which squad was more coached, more prepared, and more capable of overcoming hardship. Aya Wilson is able to receive all the positive calls she desires. She can get jump balls rather than fouls by grabbing players from above. At the end of the day, basketball is still played on the court, and team basketball still triumphs over individual heroics, even when she can make more free throws than entire opposition teams.
AC gang! Fever gang! Down goes the punk-ass Las Vegas Aces, everybody! Kelsey Mitchell, the road runner, out there dropping daggers with a 25-piece Boston Market with the rotisserie chicken, baked beans, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, every drink available. The tiny assassin, Harry McDonald, out there slicing through the defense, getting buckets. Asia crybaby ass Wilson, hold this L. You ain't nothing but a free throw merchant, goofy. Indiana Fever, that's how y'all ball. I don't know what's going on right now, but y'all got the momentum. We can't wait till Caitlin Clark is back on the floor.
With this performance, the Indiana Fever made a strong statement. Reputations don't scare them. They won't back down from anyone and aren't intimidated by dubious officiating. They have genuine chemistry, genuine toughness, and genuine championship potential. As for the Las Vegas Aces, this performance demonstrated that they are no longer the team to beat. Thus, they had better find a speedy solution. They are no longer the norm. Officially, the Indiana Fever are here.
No, Kathleen Clark.
No issue. Officially, the Las Vegas Aces are under notice. Superior team basketball won't be prevented by all the good calls in the world. Greetings from the new WNBA hierarchy. The Fever is here to stay and won't be leaving.